A small crowd is already formed in front of the theater when we arrive. The Lift Fest, short for Luxburn Independent Film and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, and this year's no different. I've only been to a few indie film screens with Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup already put a grin on his face for weeks. Speaking of the guy, here he's coming. He's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, he appears to loom over most of the moviegoers with his large build and heavy voice. There's no surprise when people give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did, back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard. Once early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zach!
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
Zach's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking a significant effort to make himself smaller so as not to bump or accidentally hit anyone. Typical Zach. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greeting and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
Anyway, the awkward silence that descends within the immediate vicinity of our small group is palatable enough. Somewhere to our left, girl giggles, and only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now. Zach seems to be.
Stop trying to act black, Ashton.
Oh, that's what that was?
Who calls me Z-Man?
There's a fondness underneath his exasperated tone. If this were any other person, I'd likely be offended, but years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless to the other's ears. Or at least enough for them both to take it in stride.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with chicken down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
A beat passes. And then Zach laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding! You know you can always count on me.
It's a story only the two of them are privy to. Every now and then, Ash will enlist Zach's help on something. Beck and I have never really found out what the real deal is with those adventures, as Ash calls it, and both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Oh well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zach a small wave from behind Ash when his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true. They've known each other far longer than any of us in the group, childhood friends and all.
But don't worry, Zach. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie. Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Oh, thank goodness. Speak of the devil. Without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around.
Becca, you're just in time.
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space, but she places her hand on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face. How are you? Are you all right? Why wouldn't I be?
Rose called me earlier.
Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. Since I don't have my family living close by and the only other relative I have here works on the far side of the country, I gave my company Becca's contact number in case of emergency. I should have known Rose would call her. I push Becca's hands away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash snickers. I bite back the urge to elbow him in place of trying to avoid Becca's hand as she tries to reach out for said area. Oh, for his face. I do my best to dodge her all at once, moving to hide behind Zach. Sorry for using his human shield, Zach.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that.
You blacked out? It's not something to brush off.
Well, neither are ghost zombies, but apparently we're doing that, so.
Come on, at least let me check it.
It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Yeah. I mean, did we want to? Who did we want to tell? Do we want to tell him or?
I wanted to, but it wasn't an option.
Okay. Cursed limited control.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Something crosses Becca's face, but it's gone before I can figure out what it is.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
What was that?
She obviously likes Ashton, but it sounds like Ashton likes Isabella.
Oh, okay. We've got ourselves a triangle. Or something. With Zach as a fourth wheel, which makes the car go, so that's weird. Okay, cool.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
We can always watch it some other time.
Shut up, Becca.
Sorry, Zachary.
I think it's funny that we have actually, we know people that have all of these names.
We don't know an Ash.
Well, not a guy Ash, but you have a
Ashley.
yeah. And we know a Becca and Zach.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
I shoot him a pleading look. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
What are we talking about? What's that called?
Whether she's gonna stay
Oh.
to watch the film.
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. Oh, we're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ashley's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not.
Because he loves her.
But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. When at last, she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance. I immediately tackle her into a hug.
Thanks, Becca.
That look on her face.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
What?
So, what?
What?
What? It's always been so. She's got hots for him, and she doesn't like that he doesn't give her the time of day. It's what you said.
Just the way she said it was weird.
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to plot your...
Tra-la-la-la-la.
I'm just going to plot your murder.
If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside. Anyone here has a smaller bill?
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself off from Becca to get my wallet from my bag.
The
and
note.
What's this?
Finally.
this puts us at 6. 6 people. It's already in Ash's hands before I can even react. Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving a piece of paper an intrigued look.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now, I really wish I had that advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay, now I'm curious.
I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. It's...
The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper.
Finally.
Dun, 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 dun. I can't breathe. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I note how my hands are trembling at my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do any good, and they're still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. The awful, sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone, please. Today is turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else.
Or else what?
Well, that's interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its contents. I don't need to see. I don't want to see. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had the chance. That way, that way.
It's not a prank.
Makes all of them stop. Even I am surprised with how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed. You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
Oh, that face.
Hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Without another word, I snatch the letter out of Ash's hand and stuff it back in my bag with more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed. I saw a ghost. Probably lost a sale. Got kicked out of the open house. I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To top it all off, there's a dull ache in the back of my head begging for a little attention. I can't afford to give right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in bed, and never think about today. But before I can take a single step away from the group,
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home. And hearing him take on that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out of the argument immediately die on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together? We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
He has a point. Does he? Does he have a point?
He does.
Okay. He's the nice guy. Actually, I wanted to see what the movie posters are, but they're covering most of them.
Oh, they weren't covered before.
They weren't.
Interesting.
Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call us this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure there's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet, despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up, or Ash's and Becca's acquiescing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless, so careless. Stay? Have good memories?
Try to.
And then Shoshana will blow up the movie theater with all the Nazis in it?
Shoshana.
Glorious Bastards? No?
Oh,
Or, never mind.
Sorry. Stay and try to have a good time, because then maybe...
Because then we're all together in
Right.
a group. So
Yeah.
when bad stuff happens, we can watch our friends get murdered rather than us
Exactly.
dying by our lonesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Stay for the movie. Maybe leaving is the better decision for all of us. Any other day I'd excuse myself and go straight home. But this is something special to Zach, something he worked so hard to bring to life. I should know better. I might be having a bad day, but being with the few people I care about far outweighs the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. And what if the thing in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts either. I can still see it whenever I close my eyes. And maybe, if I stay, let our heads cool down first before telling them what happened, they'll listen to me. There's nothing you can't solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to tell me. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach.
We look
too
at our
nice.
relationship status. I went down with Becca. Up with the other two, I think.
Yep. And I think I went down with Becca because
Ash.
yeah, basically. I'm going to guess that we eventually play as these
I
other
think
people.
so. That'd be my assumption.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
This time, I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Stupid Ash. Being vertically challenged has its perks, too.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Oh,
no.
don't cry.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
Becca is so mad. Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchange looks at that. The same question likely swimming inside our minds. Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? I'll try asking her about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food I promised.
But you'll miss it!
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? And it ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember? I'll be in there soon.
One friendly tap on the shoulder, and then he's gone. A few moviegoers are still milling about, some are still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise most of the crowd are already inside. There's nothing much more for us to do here now. Not a word of protest comes from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to head inside.
And then?
And then?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely
Oh,
sure.
she's telling them about it.
Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards
Why
what
are they
happened in the
talking
mansion.
during the movie?
Oh yeah, it's so rude. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie premiere. Now the film's just serving as a background noise while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We all get kicked out for sure. Though with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out way before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. Good! Well, except no, but... yeah. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I don't know any better, I think we did something that offended her. Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to another. None of them bothered to live in it, though, and it remained that way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that?
I didn't peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
You'd do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
Ooh.
There are very few times in my life when I wish my glowers
I don't know.
can kill. Glowers.
I don't know.
This is one of those. I'm assuming she means like glares.
Glowers.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one, but talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
Ash might be right too. However, what Zach suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me these suggestions to put my mind at ease. But it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I can take comfort in knowing they're willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
Can we do both?
No.
Can we do both?
I'm leaning towards the professor. I don't know what an ethnographer is, though.
Ethnographer? Ethnic grapher? Writer?
My first thought was, who are the people that do the lie detectors? What are those called? I thought it was something close, but that's not gonna be... Why would he suggest that for, like, a haunted house?
I don't remember what they're called. My brain's saying stenographer, but that is not it. That's some of that transcribed stuff, right? Stenographer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm
You looking it up right now?
I'm trying to Google it. I should have searched ethnography, because if I search ethnographer, it's probably going to be like someone who practices ethnography.
Yeah.
Systematic study of people and cultures. Okay,
yeah.
It is designed to explore cultural phenomena where the researcher observes society from the point of view of the subject of the study. So
it sounds like
they're kind of like anthropologists.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. It sounds like a niche of anthropology.
I'm not really sure how that would...
Yeah, I don't know why that... I don't know why that would be helpful.
Maybe...
Like, would it be to get into the
But
sense
he's
of, like,
also a
living legends?
psychologist,
Or...
they said.
Yeah.
So
So is this just a front to throw us into a... into an insane asylum?
let's do the priest.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the priest might lead this somewhere.
But at the same time, I feel like, because, I feel like in the movies, there's always, like, the priest that actually knows stuff about, like, demons and things, and then there's just, like, the preacher priest who's like, oh, Bible, and then...
Yeah, both of them usually end up getting killed by the monster, but one of them
does something helpful.
Yeah, one of them does something helpful. Yeah, there's just... Yeah, I was thinking the priest myself, but I was also thinking about what this is also going to do is this is going to affect something about our relationship with Zach and our relationship with Ash.
Well, Zach offered it first. So I just go with the
And of
priest.
course, naturally, Ash is against all of this supernatural stuff, so...
But the priest does sound a bit more ridiculous than having...
Oh, no. Like... But also, like, if thinking about it, like, are we trying to think about this realistically, or are we trying to think about this as the character, or are we trying to think about this as, trying to metagame a horror game, where there's obviously something supernatural?
Well, I feel like either way, they'll kind of, like, loop back around anyways.
Yeah, I'm curious what type of branching and web this has.
I don't know. I kind of want both.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Is like, can't we just go to both? Like, isn't that an option?
If it were me, I would go with the professor, but I feel like
the priest might...
Actually, I don't know. Because
More
what if the
interesting
professor's,
story.
like, really smart and he's like, oh, but based on this thinging with the wall, I can tell, like, this family that
There's-
used to live here
is it gonna
died
go-
angrily.
Or is it going to go into the type of stuff about, like, oh, there's the legends of all of this stuff, and this is where they all stemmed from, and then they'll give
Yeah.
us a history of things.
I'm leaning back to the professor again. We can rock, paper, scissors for it, or flip a coin.
I have my
Quarter.
guitar pick quarter.
Which side is the top choice?
You pick.
Oh. Well, the heads will be the top, and tails will be the professor.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm so good at this.
It gave us a nice clang, though.
Uh-huh. Yeah, nice cling. Well, it was tails, so we're going with the professor.
All right.
Professor it is. May God have mercy on your soul.
I'll think about it, but if ever, I'd like to give talking to Andrew a try. Is that okay? Won't he have other things to do?
He is a bit busy, but he'll make time for me. He's my go-to person when I'm stuck in something. He won't mind if I bring a friend with me this time.
If you're sure.
I guess that settles it then.
Sorry, Zach.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it, yet you're not even paying attention yourselves.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
That's what y'all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look, even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding, but her attention is already back on the screen. She's ignoring us again. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. We really need to talk. We all fall into a comfortable silence after, the kind only you can share with people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. Night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house.
We have Pocket Chibi coming soon. Mm-hmm. I can't make out. I want to turn my head and look around to get a better look at that.
I think it's the same.
Bat-cat?
I think it's, Bat-cat coming soon. Point of no return is what we just saw. Someone's wanted. Do you see that on the far right?
Oh, yeah. And then there's the cat with headphones.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like a cat in like a Reese's peanut butter cup. All right, so we exit the movie house.
Despite the late hour, the streets are still bustling full of people. Those about to head home, those to meet someone, even those simply wandering around. Walking in the sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxburn. I was afraid, too, at one point, back when I was new and had just set foot in this place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zach and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed to the other side of the street. The former claiming she's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends. And Ash? Who knows? He never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zach a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives off.
Thanks for today, everyone!
Well, sure.
No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
Help me.
Huh?
A sensation. Cold, sickening, drowning. My chest tightening, breathing becoming labored. I can taste blood in my mouth. The edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Pleading even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. Whispering and whispering and whispering, calling out. Help me, please.
No, not me.
Help me. Somebody. Help me.
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmur's gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just, okay. Sorry, I spaced out.
You always do that.
I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street, where the voice came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. There are only Zach and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. If I'm expecting to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Yeah, see ya.
Another glance, and with a final wave, we go off on our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what would help me sleep at night, what would give back that normalcy in my life, then so be it.